Hello, everyone. Welcome in to another episode of the Young Dad Podcast. I hope you're doing well today, whether you're changing diapers, outside grilling, or mowing the lawn, or just laying on the couch letting the kids run around. Welcome in, and thanks for listening. I'm your host, Jay, and today I am super excited to be joined by Kevin. Kevin's the host of the Tyrants and Trading Podcast, and we're going to do some really fun stuff today. So I'm going to let Kevin take it away and, I guess, steal the show a little bit.
Yeah, that'll happen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for putting up with this. Jay, you are the host of the Young Dad podcast, right?
I am, yes.
Yes. Do you like the power that comes with being a dad?
Yes. Sometimes it's with great power comes great responsibility in that essence. So,
Do you think it doesn't have to though? Because if you really have great power, you can just pawn off the responsibility. You can hire people for that. If you have enough power.
if I had enough power, yes. If I had enough power, but then that would be like, well, wouldn't there be a money aspect of it too?
Well, that's where the Tyrant and Training podcast comes in, because even if you're a dad, you have to look after one person or more than one person, and you have to be responsible for them and have certain power over them. But if you're a tyrant, so if you're the ruler of a country, you're effectively the father, or your leader of an entire population. So you can have total power over them, all the money if you want, and dive into it that way.
Okay, I like this. Yeah, that would be if I had all the power and I could just tell the children and everyone around me like what to do all the time. That would be fantastic.
Do you think you would prefer a situation where you were the leader of a country full of adults and children, or would you prefer a Peter Pan situation where you're just in charge of children?
I feel like if it was just children, it'd be a little weird. So I'll say adults and children.
Yeah, accusations might flow, but no, it's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so what we will do on this version of your podcast is we do have to decide where you are going to set up your own country, because we don't take over a country. That's bad instincts. So where would you host your island if we were setting up one for you?
Oh, somewhere in the Caribbean.
Right into the heat Caribbean? Oh, down by like Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, give me the Caribbean, somewhere down there, like Bahamas, Jamaica, somewhere.
Are you not
down
worried
there.
about the weather?
That's perfect. People will be so happy.
I mean, hurricanes
It'll be warm all
and
the
stuff happen down there.
time.
No?
It's just a little bit of rain. It's fine. They'll create something to make it so they'll be fine.
You're right. Anti-hurricane technology.
Exactly, and they'll be so happy because it's warm all the time. It's sunny, the beach, coconuts. Like, it'll be a good life.
When you move onto this island, now I'm going to say there's about 10 million people. Is that all right? Is that too many, or you're happy with?
Sure, that's enough. That's a big island.
There is plenty of room. You don't have to worry about that. But when you move on, are you taking the kids with you? Or are you saying, look, you stay here, I'm going to lead a country?
No, I'll take my kids with me. They can help rule the land as well.
Oh, are they young? Are they too young to be taking charge, or?
Well, if I'm like the ruler, then I'll need an heir apparent. So of course I have my wife, who would be second in command.
Yeah.
But then the children would be the next generation of leaders. So they got to get to know the land. They got to get to know the people so that they can figure out their ruling style. Kind of like a Moana situation kind of thing.
I'll get to this at the end. But at the start, do you have a plan that you're going to have just one heir, or are you going to have multiple heirs?
Just one heir. I think it would be the firstborn child. And then if she doesn't want it, then it would go to the next born child. So.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll come back to that. But what we'll do first is we have to decide what the name of your new country is going to be. Do you have any ideas, or? You don't have a temptation to name it after yourself or your family name or anything like that?
No. Not really. No.
Jamaica? No.
No. No, I don't know. Gosh, I almost want to put it up, not leave it to the people, but there has to be something unique about the land to make it really capture the essence of like the land itself.
So you imagine like it's a lush green land, right? It's not just barren desert
No, it's
in that.
green, it's lush, it's you can live off of this
Mm,
island.
yeah.
There's soil, it's been cultivated, it's rich in resources and abundant, uh, kind of thing. The people somehow they have cows and chickens, and so it's
Mm,
self-fulfilling, it's
yeah.
self-serving, things like that.
Yeah. There's no
Uh,
issues with actually living here.
no. Um,
You would never think of just going full on like amazing land, like just
yeah,
screw the. Like I mean, some people might be like, "Oh, that's not very imaginative." You're like, "You're not. It is what it is. It's amazing."
yeah, yeah. Amazing land, that works. Amazing
Yeah,
island.
amazing island, right? There's
Yeah, I like it.
and like it also gives your people a bit of a boost anyway to say, "Where'd you live? Amazing island." Ooh, right? If they
Exactly.
go on holiday.
hmm
Um, do you have any idea what your official title would be?
My official title, I want to say king.
You go for royalty?
I want to say king because I want it to be like a legacy kind of thing.
Yeah, so you'd have your prince and princess.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
I would just have princesses.
Or princesses, yes. So would you go? You wouldn't go for emperor, no? Anything higher,
No, emperor seems too harsh. I feel like that sets you too far away from the people.
But king is
But
is
king
a
kind of
man of the
gives you
people.
like a solid like people respect the king and the queen and like the royal family, but they
Right.
also know that they're like set apart, but not as far apart, kind of thing.
You're thinking of it more like the modern kind of example of like the King of England, who like you'll go out and shake hands with the people. You won't hang
Yeah,
out with them, but you'll shake hands with them.
exactly. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be caught dead hanging out with them on a Saturday night, but
No. And you'll tell them that, right? Like they will know that.
yeah, they'll know. Like I will interact with you. I'll mingle. I'll go into town, kind of thing. Like I
But
won't
don't
just
come
send
near
my
me.
servants, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you approach me, yeah, I'll take a picture. Let's just say it's modern. Yeah, I'll take a picture
Yeah.
with you, or I'll shake hands, or kissing babies, things like that.
So you'll kiss their babies, but you won't interact with them.
I'll like interact with them, like shake hands, exchange pleasantries.
But you're not learning their names or anything.
No, no,
No,
I'm
God no.
not doing anything that drastic. No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's too much. Okay. So you're King J is what they're calling you.
hmm
Okay. Now, if people just use the initials and just call you KJ, is that okay?
No, I want it to be king at least.
Okay. So if you're out in the street and people are 5 feet away from you at all times, like they know what to do. But you hear someone down the street saying, "Hey, KJ," are you unhappy? Are you?
I'm not. I'm thinking they're talking to like their buddy whose initials are KJ, and that's who they're talking to,
Oh, they're
kind of
looking up,
thing.
pointing at you, saying, "KJ, you, leader of the country, KJ, hello."
Oh yeah, no, I'm walking right past them or driving right past them, and I'm not even giving them the time of day, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. But you're not punishing them for calling you KJ.
No, no, I'm just ignoring them. The
Oh,
punishment is
okay.
me ignoring them and just
They
going
would
on
be
with my life.
crushed by that, actually. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. They
And
are
then they
very
would wonder
needy people.
why. They'd be like, "Oh, I tried calling him KJ," and then they would have a friend who knows. They're like, "Oh yeah, the king he doesn't respond to that, so that's why he ignored you."
Yeah, he doesn't like that. Okay. Um. All right. So we have to figure out. We have Amazing Island and King J. So
hmm
are you allowing, with the 10 million people on the island, are you allowing them to vote for anything? So what I want to just propose to you is, do you want to have a Senate with 100 senators who can look after the everyday boring parts of running the country? Or do you just want an inner circle? There's no voting for them. You pick 10 people to help run your country.
I think I would want a cabinet of well-established people. So maybe I feel like 10. If we're thinking 10 million, I think that's 10 people. So that's a million people per representative or per person in the inner circle.
We could have like
I feel like
100 senators or 100 people part of the cabinet.
that's too many.
11?
That's too many. That's 100 senators too many. That's too many.
Okay.
But 10 doesn't feel like enough. I would want the 10, but I would want those 10 to at least have one assistant kind of thing.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
would break up their departments very intentionally. Like, one is specifically like agriculture, one is specifically like logistics, one is specifically like traffic, one is
Yeah.
specifically for like taxes and money.
So they can't
And
do a thing elsewhere in
no,
society, we'll say.
so they specifically have one, and they don't mix their jobs at all. They specifically, if they need something from one of the others, they go to that person. So they all kind of work together at the same time, but
But
ultimately, senator or inner circle person one, they're all the same level. Of course, maybe there's an 11th person here who's the no, because then I don't like that, because then that gives them like a weird power, and I want to be the
yeah.
final say. So I'm the final say with these.
Oh
10.
yeah, you were the final say on everything. But they have to do the
And I
usual
don't want to
kind of...
give I don't want to give like a senior leader person, so I don't want to do a senior. So they're all equal no matter how long they've been serving.
Yes.
And those people are appointed personally by me, kind of thing.
So there's no voting, right? And by
No
the way,
voting, and
your
I
people are happy
hire
with
them.
that. Your people, when they come onto the island, it's not like they come onto the island and then they're told there's no voting and they get upset by that. They are fully aware.
Yeah.
If you decide there's no voting, that's what it is.
Yeah, and these people are appointed by me, and I can fire them at any time. If I hate the job they're doing, I will kick them out and I will replace them with someone better, maybe someone younger, maybe someone more experienced, maybe someone that maybe their assistant is doing a better job than they are, and so I just kick
So the assistant should work harder and make sure that the person above them is working worse for them to get promoted.
If they want to, that would be a way to get the higher position. But it could also backfire if I can clearly see it that they're doing stuff on purpose, and they're going to be the one that I kick out.
So
And
do it behind your back. Are you a big Star Wars fan?
I do enjoy some Star Wars, yes.
Some Star Wars? It kind of sounds like the Sith. There can only be two in a department, and the assistant will kill the head of the department at some point to take over.
Yeah, but if I'm going to be very involved with these people. Like, I'm going to know their day-to-days. I'm going to know their schedule. I'm going to know what they're going on. So I'm always going to know exactly what these, I guess, 20 people, essentially, assistants included, I'm going to know what they're up to at all time. And they're all going to have to report to me at some part in the day.
Every day?
Every day I would want each group of 10 to report to me.
So you are
at least 30 minutes kind of thing.
So, wait a minute, 30 minutes. So 5 hours of your day is spent every day talking to these people.
Yeah, in council with them, making sure that they're doing the right things. And then essentially it would be probably an additional on top of that. So, because I mean, they got to have a work day. So I would essentially we would have an hour meeting in the mornings to kind of group together. And then they need to talk. They can talk amongst themselves and work out action items, things like that. And then they go off and work toward the rest of the day. And then probably I go and do my king stuff after that while they work. And then last 5 hours of my working day, so maybe like 12 to 5 kind of thing, I let them, they come in rotation of half hour.
Yes.
And they have the same time every day, so they know what time their time is.
Yeah.
And then they come in, they talk, and we say, cool, here's what I need you to do, or here's what I think you should do, and then send them back on their merry way, and then they finish out their work day from there.
And then you can be done by 5 o'clock.
You'll be up the door. Then I get
Are you, so I was going to ask what type of home you're going to live in, because I take it then you're going to go into the office and work from there. You're not working from home.
I would say the office is on the grounds of my home.
So when you say on the grounds, this is a big home you're going to live in. This is a mansion.
Oh, is it? It's a big plot of land.
Now, if I am correct in remembering, because I brought this up more than once, the biggest palace in the world is 2 million acres, and it's in Brunei.
Yeah, that's too big.
Slightly too big?
Yeah, probably like 100 acres kind of thing, where I have like a a very sufficient farm, some animals, because I'm gonna want chickens. I'm gonna
Mm.
want a pool. I'm gonna want a pool house, my own home, maybe like some luxury items, like maybe not luxury items, but like fun stuff for the kids to do. Maybe their own playground, batting cage, courts, things like that. All kind of.
Yes, all sort of
So I'd have like
sports
a sports
stuff.
complex kind of thing for myself and for the family. And then I'll have like my home, and then I'll have like a recreational area for like maybe like badminton or like
Mm.
a fire pit or like volleyball or something. Like a real recreational area to when I have like my if I ever have like my one of my 10 advisors over for dinner kind of thing.
Yes.
And I have them over. I invite them over with their assistant, and we have dinner. We can hang out outside in this little recreational area. Maybe there's like a little bar, and then from there, so that's like my home, like my homestead, my homeland kind of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not my homestead. I'm not taking care of the chickens. I'm not taking care of
No, you have people for that.
the agriculture on my land. They're taking care of it. Actually, I probably would still take care of my chickens because they would be like my chickens kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or my dogs. I would have like a dog pen kind of thing. And then probably off my land, I would probably drive, let's say, a mile. Maybe there's a mile separating it, but then there's my main, like, not headquarters, because that feels like the wrong word, but maybe like,
Layer.
not, I don't like layer, but like my main, like, office of operations kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
To where I operate, to where these 10 come every day. So it's like there are 20 parking spots, secured, it's armed, of course. It's gated off to where I have to go through a gate to get in. I have
Yeah.
my own entrance off my property, and then they have their entrance off from their. So, because I always assume these 10 people, they live amongst the civilians.
Yeah. I assume so.
They're no one. They're just civilians, so it
Mm.
kind of sets the stage. Like, okay, hey, these are just 10 normal people.
Yeah.
Normal people can rise up and lead this island too, and maybe you'll be like the next one kind of thing. So it also
Right.
gives them something to aspire to be at the same time.
You're giving them an illusion of power.
Yeah, I'm giving them like
Yeah.
a purpose at the same time. So
Yeah. Okay, so you have your office of operations that's heavily guarded, and then you have your I was going to say tunnel, but your road that leads over to your house.
it
The
could be a
amazing
tunnel.
house, I imagine, would be called something like that.
Yeah, it would be a tunnel. Let's say tunnel because
Yeah,
that sounds way more fun. It's a tunnel.
kind of like Batman with the tunnel out of the waterfall.
Yeah, it's just a tunnel that I go underground and then get
Mm.
into an armored vehicle with armored guards and.
You're very scared. Does that come off as being very paranoid? Because everyone likes you on
No,
the island.
yeah, but I just want to be. Well, if everyone likes me on the island, no, I still just want to be careful. But like, I wouldn't even have it. No, you know what? No,
I
I
mean,
don't want anyone.
I still use turn signals even when there's no car behind me. I mean, you just have to just be safe.
I'm trying to think. Do I even want to have armored guards? No, I don't think. I would say the operations is heavily guarded, but
Automated.
I don't. Maybe not. Maybe because if it's just mine, obviously I'm gonna guard myself at all times
Wait.
with a gun or something. Like I'll keep on myself,
So you have a
but
gun in your hand at all time.
not in my hand, but like
Oh,
on me,
okay. On your
just for
back.
like security, just in case kind of thing.
Yes.
Um, to protect myself because I don't want to be like caught with my pants down kind of thing and be like in a comparable position kind of thing. So
Right.
if I do have an armored guard, like car or someone driving me, like an armed security, probably just one person. If they try to do something, they know they can't do something because I also have something on me too.
Right. Okay. So, and are they armed as well though, or do they have to like go get their gun?
I would
Because
say
they
the
might have a quick
security.
hand.
Yeah, I would say security that drives does
Mm.
not have it.
Yeah.
So they don't have it. They don't have it on them.
They have it in some sort of
Um,
box or something. They have to go get.
yeah, like we're not
Yeah.
allowed. Like I wouldn't allow them to have it in the car since that's a comparable position for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm allowed to keep mine obviously because I make the rules, but
Who's
they're
going to?
not
Yeah,
allowed to have theirs in the car, in the
yeah,
tunnel. And so before they get in the car, I would set up probably like a screening point for them
right.
to
Okay,
where they walk through, and then if it screens, then we're
get
in
someone
trouble.
else.
If
What are you doing?
you're clean kind of thing. Double check the car.
Yeah.
Maybe the car has its own screening thing that it goes to.
So
Could
it
probably
probably
create
takes you
something like
about an
that.
hour before you can even get into the car. The way the setup is, the security protocols are.
I would make sure that those people that are doing it are already done by the time it's ready for me to go. To
That's
where
fair
I
enough.
just have to walk in and get in. So they need to arrive on time to get themselves screened and in kind of thing. So
That's fair enough. So we have your country set up, and I have a cat here beside me who's very interested. But I am going to move her. Here you are. So I do have to ask, Amazing Island. Do you know what unusual list Amazing Island would be top of in the world?
what unusual list?
Unusual list. So I mean, I presume it's going to be the most safety conscious, but an unusual list.
Probably if it was my island and we were on top of something, we would have the most, and this is something that I love personally, but we would have the most unique flavors of sunflower seeds.
Wait, so that is close to your heart, the sunflower seeds, I take it.
I love sunflower seeds. I eat sunflower seeds all the time.
Ah, so you have the
But
most flavors.
yeah, we just have like unique flavors of sunflower seeds. It's like our number one export.
So wait, are these new flavors that ye have come up with?
Yeah, like we created them on the island. So they're like
Oh.
concoctions and mixes of sunflower seeds that then we export to the rest of the world.
Do you have any ideas what type? There's only 3 types of sunflower seeds.
Oh no, there's many more.
Oh, okay, I've got that wrong. Wikipedia, who knew, lying to me.
Oh no. No, it'd be like the flavor sunflower seeds, like the ones that you get from like the gas station that are like flavored and you can pop and eat
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I do not believe I've eaten a sunflower seed, so I cannot. I am out of my depth already. But
Interesting.
what?
So I would have pretty common flavors, at least here in like the States, are like original, which is a salted, cracked
Yeah.
pepper. Maybe there's a dill pickle, maybe there's a ranch, maybe there's a barbecue
Cheese and onion?
flavor. No cheese and onion, but that's what I would make.
There you go. I'm on board. Yeah.
And then I'd probably make like I don't know. I would just make unique ones, like different cheeses and different spices and different.
So is this like 100 different flavors?
Yeah,
at
probably.
Least. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an unusual list. That is properly answered. I'll give you that. I do have a bad question for you though, King J. Your approval rating is at a very healthy 99.1%.
Okay.
But there is a scandal about to come out regarding King J, and you get to pick what the scandal is, and it's going to drop that approval rating down to 81%. 18% drop in your approval rating. You get to decide what the scandal is. So what do you think would people find out about you?
Okay, so
this is a light entertainment podcast, by the way.
If I'm dropping about 19%,
yeah,
I would say that's okay. So I probably violated something. Maybe it wasn't me that violated something morally, but it was probably a moral violation. If that most people were able to more or less turn the other cheek about and be like, okay, kind of thing. But it's very easy to get those 19% back.
I imagine it would be.
And so this isn't something that that's the first idea that came to mind here, was that it was a scandal involving my cabinet.
The 10 of them?
Not all 10 of them, maybe 2 or 3 that were like well respected, well known, long time sitting on the cabinet.
Yes.
They got caught for something that got over my head, got around me, but I got out in front of it before it got out. And I lost these approvers because I decided to fire these people and kind of hush it up and replace them and move in a different direction. And I just spun it away. That was like they didn't align with me value-wise. I know they were some of your people's people and longtime members, people who were well respected, but it was just time for them to move on. I know you're not going to like this, but it is what it is. It came down to a business decision. And I feel like if people heard that, then that's something they would be able to forgive a little bit more. But some people would take like a knee-jerk kind of, oh, business. Oh, we're not a business kind of thing. And they wouldn't really get it because that's not their position to get. So then they would lose their approval. But in time, once these new people get into positions and things like that, and then maybe, I don't know, once I'm back up into the 90s in a couple years, then I release a more full story, comprehensive, like op-ed kind of journal kind of thing on what happened and approve of like a story being written. So I would have like a writer who would write the story, maybe bring in like a private investigator kind of crew to really vet this, get all the details after it was already brought. I think I would always, honestly, I would always have a private team. I don't know what it's called here in the States, but I can't remember. Not propaganda, but I would always have like a private, like a special counsel. I think I would have a special counsel that only I know about. That is just my people. They just look like normal, like security members, maybe just staffers or things like that around my office area. But they're like my private team that are always checking and just out and in the community around these 10, and they're like my special private like security.
They're looking for
investigators, always making sure like they're there and watching kind of what's going on.
So you have people out there, a secret sort of army, watching people.
Yeah, like a secret service that are just watching my 10. So then...
Oh, just the 10.
Yeah, so let's say some of them slipped. One of them... So I think what would happen is a couple of those slipped, or these cabinet members that I did end up firing, they caught on to it. They paid them off or something, because these 10 are well-paid positions.
Yeah.
A lot of work, so they're well-paid. They caught on to them. They paid them off so that they could go and get extra drunk at a bar or something like that. But then one of them had a conscience, came clean, let me know, found out what they were doing, and then it kind of all just stayed hush because I was able to keep it under wraps. So it didn't get out, and then I'm able to make that like, you're fired, I'm sorry, we have to move on, kind of thing. And then, pay them a severance so it keeps them happy.
You're paying them a good bit now because you don't want to leave them unhappy and have them go out and tell everyone.
Exactly. So I'm paying them. I know what I'm doing. I'm paying them a severance. They're happy. I give them, maybe a severance, and I give them a good recommendation for whatever they want to do next, kind of thing. I spin it to make it sound like it's really good, and then 2 or 3 years I'm working with my now updated team of private investigators, and we write this story, firsthand accounts. Maybe I'll put out a documentary on TV or something about it, kind of thing. So
do you think though, what if one of them decides, oh wait a minute, I think I've got King J here, and then they come to you and say, no, it's not about the money. I don't care how much severance you give me. It's about the principle. Unless you allow my son to marry the princess and then he becomes heir, the eldest princess.
No, that's when
what are we going to do with that person?
That's when my private team, I already have a private team watching and knowing what's going on. So I already have these details.
Yes.
And if they try to blackmail me, I'm not above it to blackmail them back.
Oh.
And say, hey, I have the details. I know what happened. I will ruin your reputation. Or if it's my island and the people know, like, if you cross me, you're off the island. Like, it's a privilege to get to be here. Then I will, send them off the island, just into the sunset, kind of thing.
And then he say, oh, but if you take me off the island, then your approval rating will go down 3 times as much, because, as you know, you might have all the facts, but a lie goes around the world twice as fast as the truth can catch up, or some bullshit like that. So as long as I get my story out there first, You've had
Which
it,
wouldn't
King
be
J.
possible because I will have my private team always working, always have the story ready for when I want to
Right.
release it. So I
They
can
are
be like,
ready to
okay,
press enter and yeah.
then bam, release it. It's out there. I'm like, well, that sucks. It's already out.
Oh, all right then. I'll take the severance, is what he'd say then.
Yeah, and the 80% is gonna take it. Maybe it's at that point he comes back. Okay, well, cool. Then that story's already out, and I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy your severance and you enjoy what's gonna happen to your reputation after this. So
Oh, but he's allowed to work on the island.
yeah, he can still work, but people
Hmm.
probably won't hire him. He'll probably end up wanting to leave. So I would run the if he came at me like that, I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay. I'd probably look at my phone and be like, hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Text whoever I need to text and
Yeah.
say, run the story. Story runs. It's like, okay, well, the story's public now.
Yeah.
And you have two choices. You can stay and take your severance and leave my office, or you can leave my office and enjoy dealing with it. So he's still allowed to work. He's still allowed to try to find things, but his reputation's going to be so bad. He's
His
going to
wife's
end up
leaving him.
wanting to leave.
Yeah.
Regardless. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. So you've destroyed that man's life, but gave him money, the severance, so he won't starve to death.
Essentially, I tried to help him, and then he didn't want it, and he tried to come at me, and so I went at him.
I
You
think
come
that's
at
fair
me,
enough, yeah.
I'm gonna come at you harder, and I'm gonna destroy you.
You just defended yourself at the end of the day. What?
Yeah.
I do have to ask, what seemingly mundane thing is banned on Amazing Island?
Seemingly mundane. Seemingly mundane. I feel like mundane's needed. There has to be something that's mundane that's not needed.
Is there anything that you have a pet peeve about that you decide we don't need that? Because I'm going to assume, animal cruelty is illegal, stuff like that. But
yeah, that stuff's going to be illegal, obviously. I would say, one of the most mundane things that I just can't stand is just wait. Like, when you make an appointment, you show up for the appointment, and then you have to wait.
So that's illegal.
Past your appointment time. So
if you show up at a dentist at 3:00 and the dentist isn't there, that's illegal.
No, the dentist will be there, but if you have to wait past your scheduled appointment time for your appointment to start, that's not going to happen. So
right.
Services are always going to be available. If you have an appointment, it's always, if you walk in, that's one thing. That doesn't count. If you walk in kind of off the street last minute,
you
didn't make an appointment, it's not going to apply to you. But if you make an appointment and you show up to take your kid to the doctor or something, then your appointment at 3:00, your appointment starts. You are called at 2:59 or 3:00, and your appointment starts at 3:00. There's no waiting.
Now,
unless it's voluntary.
What happens if a doctor or dentist or whoever, it's 5 minutes past 3, and the patient is still waiting, and then the doctor comes out going, "Yeah, come on in. Sorry, I went to the toilet there."
There's always a extra. There would be a +1 in all these areas. So it's at a dentist. There's an extra nurse or someone. There's an extra dentist. There's an extra doctor. There's an extra person in these areas that are needed. So
the only thing is, because the place is so efficient, that extra doctor hasn't worked in months because they never had to have jumped in. So they actually were asleep in the back room at 2 minutes past 3 when the other doctor was actually busy. So they missed.
They're fired. Well,
they are fired.
It's not necessarily the doctor appointment. It's the pre-stuff for the doctor appointment. Maybe it's a nurse pulling them back from the appointment or something. So the appointments always start on time. If there's not, then they can file maybe a grievance. Maybe there's I would say every business, every one of those appointment kind of places needs to have some kind of policy in place.
Yeah.
Of their own to ensure, and then one of my 10 people is kind of the Better Business Bureau and has to go and regulate those kind of things. So,
But I mean, what sort of punishment are we looking at someone who fails
um,
this?
first offense would probably be a fine. If
Yeah.
it's happening over and over again, then it's time for you to shut down and try something else, do something else, kind of thing. Maybe go and work for the business that is kind of on the borderline. Maybe combined with the same business in the same field and combine and
And
double up your staff and
yes,
try to
yes.
make it right. So neither one of you lose your business, neither one of you lose your sense of income. So.
Oh, okay. But if they keep going at it, we're not kicking them off the island. We'll just make them lose
No,
their job, lose
I
their
would just have
license.
them lose their job, and so then they have to really figure it out and kind of thing. So 3 strikes, it would be we're shutting you down. 2 strikes, you need to figure it out.
So, very good. Okay. I do have a question to ask about you because I guess your 10 secret army people will come to you and ask, listen, we want to create a new documentary about King J. We want people. The approval rating is going up. It's at 88% right now, but it's on the way up. We want to give it a bit of a boost, past to 90%. We're creating a documentary about you, but we want to know from King J, what fantastical facts can we tell the people about you? And we can make this up. We don't have to, it's propaganda after all.
I wouldn't even tell them to do a documentary,
Do a
honestly.
series.
I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want them to do that. I would say that's a terrible idea.
Oh.
I would say if I wanted to shoot up all of a sudden, let's go and do some speaking engagements. Let's go and get out onto the island and let's go and get in front of people.
Are you sure you want to talk to the people? That doesn't seem to be your vibe, you know?
No, I'm not talking to them, but I'm talking like at them.
You shout at them.
Thing.
Yeah.
Not shouting at them, but I'm like giving like a speech or something. Maybe it's like speeches, or maybe there's a holiday coming up that I'm gonna go and give a longer form speech for, kind of like a rah kind of speech, and then
like New Year's.
Maybe just do maybe some New Year's, some rah kind of speeches. Maybe make a couple just very shallow promises that are easy to keep, but that get the people fired up, kind of thing.
Oh, like what? Is there 3 there you have?
I don't know, just something to incentivize them to get them back up.
Brighter tomorrow.
Brighter tomorrow. Maybe we'll work harder to. Depends on what the current problem is, but some kind of like shallow solution that sounds like really good when you hear it, but it's really just super basic.
Freedom, sunnier future, and your children will be happy.
Maybe it's like I promise to put in, $100,000 into the elementary schools on the west side of the island, kind of thing. Or I promise to put in. I know the roads down the freeway. You guys have been expressing the last few months that there's some potholes.
They're pretty poor, yeah.
We'll fix those potholes. We'll start construction tomorrow on the potholes, kind of thing.
Do you want to go down and we can take a picture with you with a shovel, a golden shovel? But
exactly. So I would go down to that road with the construction crew.
We won't be near the crew though.
No, they'll be there in the background, kind of thing, looking and smiling and thumbs up, like they're so excited, like look, you King, kind of doing the thing. I'll put a vest on, and I'll still have like my suit clothes on, but I'll put a vest on, like a construction vest and a hard hat, and stage like I'm pouring something with my photographer, and then
we'll
guys,
frame this nicely.
Fill the potholes for the next 10 miles, and have it done by the end of the week, kind of thing.
There is something I want to bring up while you're doing this little photo op. I don't know how you feel about this. You have on your vest and your construction hat and your shovel and everything. Now, we just bought them and they're very new and very clean. People will probably naturally assume King J hasn't done anything here. They are all too clean and nice and perfect. Do you want us to grubby them up a bit, or do you want to do any actual work, or do you want to just no, the picture is fine? No need for you to get messy.
Well, I think the people will know, like, I'm gonna want clean clean things. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to put on like a dirty vest or someone
No.
else's vest. Like, I want my own vest. Like, it's my
Yeah.
king vest kind of
You're
thing.
not
Like,
here to
yes, it's
do
the
actual
same.
work at the end of the day.
No, I'm not.
No, God,
But
no.
it's like, sure, I'll look like I'm pouring a bucket of whatever in kind of thing. No, don't muck me up. But like,
Yeah.
I'll make it look like, okay, maybe I actually have some dirt on that shovel. Maybe I'm actually shoveling a couple things of dirt kind of thing. I'm not breaking a sweat. I'm doing something
Yeah.
very minor.
We can Photoshop it actually later. It's much better.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to. No. This is only for the poor
No, the
people.
people won't care about that. They'll know, like, oh, look, King's out there at least. Like, he's out there with the crew and
At least he's
kind
out
of
there with the
thing.
camera.
Yeah, maybe I talk to, my advisor who's there with his people. So I talk to him to talk to his people kind of thing. And maybe I shake some hands or something like that. So
Do you want any video clip of you talking to any of the construction crew?
no video clips. Just make it. Just
No.
here's some pictures of me shaking hands and exchanging greetings and.
Yeah, we'll make sure they wash their hands though and everything because we don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know? Away from this for a second, I saw recently. Do you know Donald Trump's son, the Junior?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a clip. There was a picture of him, and it's an old picture where he had gone big game hunting. That's where they go out to usually Africa and shoot whatever
Elephants
animal.
and everything. Yeah.
And there was a picture of him holding up an elephant's tail.
I
don't know if you saw this.
Mm-mm.
No, right. And a lot of people obviously were like, "That's disgusting. I hate that guy. You know, how could you do that to an elephant?" Blah blah blah. And yeah, it always happens. But the thing I found interesting was if you look at the knife that he has, because he has his knife and he has his tail, and he's like, "I'm a big boy," but the knife is very clean. And I'm like, I don't know how it makes it worse, but he didn't do that. Like the knife he has in his hand did not cut that tail. So he stood there as someone else did it, and then handed him that tail, and he went, "Ooh, picture," and it's like it's a bit sad. But yeah, I was just reminded of that when you had the nice shovel. Okay, so we have your nice photo op done. I think that's very good. That'll do very well. Since it's your birthday is going to come up, what celebrations? I presume one of your cabinet members is going to be kind of in charge of this celebratorial stuff. What do the people want to do something for you? There's a lot of money in the country. So what can we do to celebrate your birthday?
I would say, okay, what's my approval rating at now? Am I back in the high 90s?
Oh, it's in 93%.
Okay. I would say let's put you guys, all this money that you guys have to celebrate me, put it into each other. Go and spend extra
Physically.
At a local business. Go and spend extra with each other. Go and put your money back into the economy and help out your neighbor kind of thing.
So they flood the banks, take all their money out of the banks. It's a rush on the banks. Take it out and spend it frivolously on any random shit.
No, I wouldn't say to run on the banks and spend it all. I would say take out, go and that thing you really want. If it's an extra $100 and you have the $100, go and buy the thing that's the extra $100.
Consume is what your message is.
Yeah, consume a little more.
Yeah, please
be mindful about your consumption, but consume a little more. Go out to the restaurant maybe 2 times today. Go out to
2 dinners.
Well, not 2 dinners. Maybe go out for lunch and for dinner.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe get an extra restaurant. Maybe get a dessert and, indulge a tiny bit more today kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. That's an easy message. And I assume after a couple of years, it'll kind of be instilled in them to, this is like, what do you call in America? Black Friday?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, just like, I'm going to look and see what I can buy. Okay. There is a knock on your there's a knock on your door. Knock, 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 knock. Knock, knock, knock.
Enter.
Knock. Oh, hello. It's Paul, who is your finance cabinet member. I'm just here for the weekly meeting. Hello, King J.
Hello, Paul.
Hi there. I do have some good news, as you said. The celebrations are happening, and we have a lot of money we're in the country, in Amazing Island. We have 40 billion as a surplus. The approval rating has gone up to 98.9%, practically where it was. We're just wondering, the people are just wondering, they would love to build you a monument. They would love to build you something majestic, like a wonder of the world, something that is dedicated, or maybe it's in your image, but they have no idea. They're not creative people. What can they build you?
Let's build.
This is more for them than you, of course.
I'm assuming we have some open land kind of thing.
Oh, we have enough room. Yeah.
Okay.
We have plenty of room.
Let's build the biggest and best and most fun amusement park, water park. Let's build the most entertaining venue there is. All encompassing. Let's build a stadium with an amusement park, with a water park, with a stadium and an entertainment value, all combined under one.
Yeah.
So something that lasts for a long time, and we'll bring in 2-3 times a year, once a quarter, we'll bring in the best entertainers around the world to perform
Taylor
at this
Swift
venue.
Is in.
Yeah, Taylor's in, Eminem's in. Let's bring in the best entertainers in the world to
you can get
here.
WrestleMania in sometime.
WrestleMania, yeah, we'll bring WrestleMania in. Like, we'll bring the best entertainment in the world here once a quarter for you guys. Tourists will pay.
Once a quarter.
Tourists will pay a premium to come here. Yeah. Locals, you guys will pay a discounted local rate to go and enjoy this. To the amusement park and the water park, there will be a local option for you guys to go and enjoy it on a regular basis, kind of thing. So
pretty nice. Do you know what the largest amusement park in the world is in real life?
It has to be one of the Disney parks, right?
It is the Magic Kingdom Park, Disney's flagship resort. Yeah? Because, Oh wait, no, that's the biggest Disneyland in the world. Which is the biggest? The largest indoor theme park is Warner Brothers Abu Dhabi. That is 1.6 million square feet.
Yeah, easy. Let's triple it. Make it better.
Fuck, sorry. So, hold on a minute. So you're going for 4.8. God, where are we? Jesus, that's a massive jump.
Yeah, let's make it big. Make it big. Make it the best.
4.8 million square feet.
Yeah, make it huge. Make it so big. We have the room, we have the space, we have the money, we have the resources.
I have to find out what what would be that size. That would be, and I'm.
You probably have to take all the Disneys combined, plus the Six Flags, plus these other resorts and things like that, and put them all into one.
That's about 70 football fields combined.
Maybe that's a little too big. That's a little extreme.
Do you know what? You don't want everything cramped. You don't want everything. If it's going to be so big, you want space.
Yeah, I want it to. Maybe not 70 football fields. Maybe make it 20, 25 football fields big, kind of thing.
Okay, yeah. We'll say 25 just to make sure it's bigger than everything else.
Yeah,
right?
So we have plenty of space for the venue, plenty of space for water attractions, plenty of space for land attractions. Maybe there's a circus tent as well.
You're going to have to think about train stations and metros to get around and everything.
Yeah, all that's in there too, of course. Like, that's the logistics person. That's the cabinet's job to figure out. But that's what I want them to build.
Paul is on that. Paul is going to say, look, it'll cost a bit, to be honest. This is going to make so much money because Disneyland, the Magic Kingdom, had 21 million visitors last year. So, I mean, this is going to get in.
It'll pay for itself.
It'll pay for itself.
In 10 years.
Yeah.
Top.
So
maybe
could cost between 10 and 15 billion, but don't worry, we have the money. So
if it's only 10 to 15 billion and it makes people happy and it's making money, creating jobs, and it's easy money. Easy money.
There is a bit of bad news as Paul goes off to organise that. Don't quite know how to say this. And look, don't worry, you're not in any danger. But there was a coup attempt. A lot of the assistants decided, well, why didn't we just take over the country? They were plotting. They were plotting to catch you while you were in your armored car, but we stopped them. So now that they are in jail, what do you want us to do with them? That
Well, first publish the story to ruin their reputations.
the rep is done for. Yeah.
So publish the stories, let the people know. You guys are going to have a little bit more responsibility while we navigate this on the short term and the interim, and we decide if you guys feel like assistants are still needed and beneficial to your position. And with these assistants who created the coup,
That
or who did the coup, let's obviously keep them in jail, keep them locked up, put them in maximum security.
Yeah.
Their life's over pretty much. Don't kill them. Just let them kind of spend the rest of their days
starving
in their, not enjoying life. So
what about their families and everything? Because they have a lot of children who are looking for revenge.
Oh, well, they're, I think this would be, obviously, I think I would have my PR cabinet go and meet with these families. Let them know, hey, this is what they attempted. This is why they're there. I understand you're angry and you're frustrated and whatnot, but don't worry. We're gonna, because it wasn't the kids' fault and the family's fault that they did this.
No.
I think we take care of those families. And
can they see their husbands and dads and wives and
they can video chat with them once a week.
But can they see them as the children grow up and need a hug off their beloved mother or father who's in jail?
They can see them through a screen once a week.
But they can't hug them or have any human physical contact.
Maybe once a year on special occasion.
Oh, like on their birthday?
On a birthday or something, maybe once a year kind of thing. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now, I mean, the families have been kind of noting. It's been noted around town that they are walking around not very appreciative of King J. They keep saying that you're bribing them with this nice act.
I would say that I would hope that they try to move on with their lives, that they refine love and they refine.
They said
life.
You're pressuring them to find love.
Probably what they need. They need the distraction kind of thing.
Right, but you're okay with them going around town holding a grudge?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be people who have those grudges kind of thing.
Your approval rating went down 89 to 89%. Just
it's going to look worse on me if I take them off or get rid of them.
Yeah.
If I'm providing all the resources for them, people will catch on and be like, well, your life's really not that bad.
Stop complaining.
Like, stop complaining. Like, why they're there. You know what happened. King J's still taking care of you while you get life sorted and figure out. Your kids are still taken care of. Like, he's a kind, generous. That's where my private team comes in. And they're kind of out there in the streets. They're kind of the public truth. They're like, hey, it's okay. He's still good. He's taking care of them. Like, there's nothing. Like, he's still a good, generous king.
Do you know what? A lot of people have heard that, and they are siding with you, but then they are also kind of wondering, why is King J letting these families go around talking crap about him? Well, what's that about? So they're like, God, I wish he was a bit more, we need a strong man in there to tell him, shut up, or you're done for. He's just letting people go around talk bad about him.
Okay. But I think we have to, if they're going to keep doing that and it's making things worse and it's ruining my approval rating, my reputation. I think those people come in on an individual basis, and I feel like it's too harsh to throw them also in jail.
You could throw them into a nice house, but they're just not allowed to leave.
Yeah, could put them in their own contained quarters.
Yeah.
That would probably be best. Yeah, let's throw them into their own contained quarters, kind of keep them away from public eye, and then
they're just not allowed to leave, but it's fine. Maybe you can throw them like a small basketball court or something.
Yeah,
your recreation.
I wouldn't give them any access to internet or computers or phones or anything.
Toilets?
They can have toilets, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, no electronics, no internet, no way to communicate really.
So no like PlayStation. They can't even play, FIFA 2004.
They can let's give them old PlayStations, like ones that didn't have internet, where it's just like the game and the disc. Let's give them those old gaming consoles, things like that. So they still have stuff to do.
Yeah. The PS1 had plenty of games. I'd love to play Siphon Filter again. Okay, there's a knock on your door again. Knock, knock, knock.
Who is it this time?
Hello, it's Paul. I'm here. It's 3:00. It's my meeting.
Hi, Paul. What's up, Paul?
Hi there.
Sorry.
I just letting you know. Now, as you know, I have a holiday booked, so this will be a quick meeting.
Okay.
I'm going to Prague for 7 weeks. Thanks for the holiday. Just let you know that thank you, because your amazing park is open. It's finished. It's done.
Fantastic.
Thank you. People are starting to come in now. It did cost 15 billion.
Okay.
But it is what it is. Now I did check. It turns out there was a minus sign actually in front of the 40 billion on the budget. So we were actually in debt by minus 40 billion. So now we're in debt by minus 55. The International Monetary Fund is just has emailed you there. I sent it on to you. They're looking to figure out, how are you going to make money because you're broke. Now, I'll leave that to you because I don't want to keep you. I'm going to go on holiday. The plane has taken off in 20 minutes, and as you know, they don't wait for anyone. They're on time. So, bye-bye. Paul is going to walk away.
Yeah, Paul, I'm gonna need you to stay a week.
What? Why?
I'm gonna need you to stay a week. That's a pretty huge mistake on not noticing a minus sign. That's quite crucial. So.
Well, I mean, I thought that was a smudge.
That's a smudge cost us $40 billion.
Well, it's like 80 because it actually went from 40 down to minus 40, so there's like an $80 billion swing. But yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, there's a smudge there.
So I'm gonna need you to stay a week and help sort this out. I'll rebook your holiday for next week.
Okay.
So, but you have a week to work on this and to figure this out. You need to do whatever it takes to help figure this out.
Okay.
And I need you to go get all other 10 cabinet members right now.
Yes.
And then meet me in the conference room, and we're gonna work until we come up with a good amount of solution. This takes all night. Tell my assistant to tell one of my assistants to order food, coffee,
nice,
drinks, get it all in because we're gonna be together for a long time. So
okay, but in
tell everyone to bring a change of clothes.
Why?
Because we're probably gonna go until tomorrow. So.
Oh, right. Yes. We'll get your clothes.
We can use the showers over there in the main office. So.
Okay, but you're gonna book Paul's flight next week.
Yes, I'll book your flight next week, contingently, if we get this sorted out and going in the right direction come next week.
Okay, as long as I get my 7 weeks holidays, to be honest, I'm happy with that.
You'll get it. It may be broken up where you get 5 this time and 2 later.
No, I can't do that. That's no.
You can.
I don't like a 2 weeks holiday, especially if you're traveling from here to Prague. I mean, you're going to be tired for a lot of it. Okay.
Well, that's a you thing. That's not a me thing. So.
But can I have the 7 weeks once we get this done?
We'll discuss it at that time.
Okay. So as we go into the meetings, I mean, do you have any ideas yourself what you do to start making money? I appreciate you can't make 55 billion in one go, but what would you tell the IMF? Look, we're going to make money this way.
Well,
over
now
time.
we at least have the park open. We have entertainment coming in. We have tourism coming in. So that's an easy, that's
Revenue
a
stream that you didn't have.
big revenue that we have
Yeah.
coming in. That's boosting local business, tourism. Every family, let's say families of 4 come in. Every time they come in, this is like a $10,000-$15,000 vacation every time they come in, because it's a destination, the venue, the entertainment, the everything. They're spending about $10,000, and let's multiply that by, let's say we can hold, I don't know
I mean,
how many tourists we
if it
can, if we
says 21 million in Disneyland last year, I mean,
easy double that, 40, we can hold 40 million in a year, 50 million in a year. They're spending 10,000, 50 million times 10,000, that's 5 billion,
billion?
right? I think it's billion. So it's 5 billion a year, easy there. Plus, we'll export a higher amount of seeds. That'll bring us in an extra revenue stream.
You can make a documentary about the park. You can, you know what I mean? That'll get in
let's
some
make
money.
a documentary about the park. Call up Netflix. Call up Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Netflix wants to do it for 25 million.
Netflix will throw money at any, like, there's 100 million. You can nearly
Netflix
say.
will throw 100 million.
Get Adam Sandler on it.
The park has enough space. Let's create our own movies and shows within the park, kind of thing. And
film studio.
Yeah, let's use it as a film studio, on off hours, or different parts for filming different things. So that'll bring in revenue.
If you get someone like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to do some sort of giant music tour like Live Aid going at the same time, they'll throw $1 billion at that. They have the WWE going over there, and they're giving them billions. So
so let's bring in all those big entertainers. They'll want to come here. They already have been calling, so that puts us back up, 5. We're looking at 10 now. So the park's almost paid for in the first year. Let's just say the park pays for itself in the first year. So 15 billion, we make that money back first year. We're good. Now we're at 40. Entertainment, let's say that covers the next 10. Now we're 30.
In fairness,
we'll increase our exports, and we'll increase our exports. Cool. That's going to take us up to minus 20. And the other 20, what else can we export? Oh, we have an abundance of, I don't know, what's an island? Coconuts and bananas and fruit.
Yeah, I don't think you have to in a year clear 55 billion. But I think the IMF, if they see, wow, he's cleared 50% of that debt in 1 year, let's let him keep going.
I think we can clear that debt, 50% of it in the first year, and then after that, we'll clear the other 50% over the next 3 years. And then within 4 years, we'll be back up, and we'll be in the net positive again, flourishing once again.
So if we're saying that in 1 year you clear 27.5 billion, 6 months into it, you get a knock on your door. Knock, 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 knock.
Hello, hello, hello.
Knock, knock.
Enter.
So they're on the other side of the door. They can't hear you. Knock, knock.
Get in the door. Opens door.
Oh, hello. It's Paul again. Sorry.
Oh, Paul, always you.
Hi. So, as you know, it's 6 months now, and our plan is working perfectly.
Welcome back from holiday.
Oh, well, I went on my 5-week one.
Okay.
I'm tired. I needed extra 2 weeks. Now, I will say we're 6 months into this, so we have 14 billion made back already. We'll make the rest of it in the year. I've just noticed it wasn't a minus sign; it was a plus sign. These goddamn glasses. It was a plus sign, so we were 40 billion. So now we have 54 billion.
Paul, I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
Go take 4 weeks in Prague.
Oh.
Enjoy your home. You're fired.
What? What do you mean enjoy my home?
Enjoy your home in Prague. I know you have an extra home there.
No, I don't. Who told you that?
Paul, I'm not stupid. Come on, Paul. Anyways, Paul, go enjoy your home. Take your family. The financial department will reach out to you to talk severance with you. by week's end while you're over there. Make sure they have your phone number. They'll reach out to you. Paul, thank you for all your work. You've been an amazing member of this cabinet.
Why are you firing Paul?
You're fired.
Why are you firing him? This is just me now. I'm not Paul there for a second. But why are you firing Paul?
He's all over the place. He's inconsistent.
But he just built you the finest amusement entertainment.
And I thank him for that. And he's going to get a very nice severance.
How much?
At the end of it. But if he made us go through all that stress and he's still complaining and he's still saying, I only got 5 weeks. I'm tired, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, it was actually a plus and it was actually a minus. And we go back and forth like that. So now we're actually plus, I don't know, $50+ billion.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah. Great. Paul's still fired because of the stress and the inconsistency that he's displaying. It's
right.
Time for Paul to go.
Time for Paul to move on.
And Paul, so please Paul also, with your severance, please also give me 3 recommendations of who you feel could do your job at the same level as you, as well as part of this. That's just a typical severance, as you know, to recommend your heir. So,
would you take up his ideas, like for who should take over?
I would consider them. Yeah.
Well, he wrote down John 3 times.
Well, then Paul's an idiot.
He was just like, John is the guy. John knows.
John's probably in cahoots with him in some way. Then that's too.
Well, see, it is John, but he actually did mean to write down Joan and Jane.
See, it's just more reason, kind of thing. No, I think at that point, if he writes out the same name, even though he's not doing it, he's probably senile. It was probably time for him to go anyway.
A bit old.
I'll probably ask because at this point, it's probably been many years. The princesses are old enough to start appointing cabinet members and to start making those choices. So I would let the princesses start making those decisions more and more at this point. It's probably been 10+ years at this point.
Yeah.
They're adults. I'm gonna start letting them make some of these decisions. So
can I just say so? Paul and his lovely wife are leaving for Prague, as you said. He has been let go of services. He's got his severance package. All that has been gone through payroll and everything like that, and he's out the door. You're going to shake hands with him, wish him good luck. He's going to wish you good luck, and off you go. Right?
Yeah, it's amicable.
Okay,
amicable.
Yeah. Just so you know, I mean, Paul was part of the finance team. He accidentally, and I do stress it was an accident, but he accidentally gave himself 200 million instead of 2 million. But he's happy. He's in Prague. You're happy too, right?
Well, we still control his bank account. So if the rest of the finance team, the auditors,
can you
whatnot,
still control his bank account if he's opened one up in Prague?
It's my island. The money's still from my island.
No, but he moved it over to his new, because he's leaving the island, so he moves it over to Prague. He actually accidentally opened up a bank account in Paris. But anyway, he's in Prague with a bank account in Paris with 200 million.
My bank, I will personally call the bank and say, hey,
in Paris,
he embezzled an extra $198 million. I know he's moved it over there. Send it back. I would go and talk to their president, whoever. Hey, Paul, he's an idiot. Send the money back. King would be okay. They'll go into his bank account. They'll transfer it back. Paul will be like, why do I only have 2 million?
Yeah.
And Paul will figure it out later, kind of thing. So
you don't like Paul, do you?
Well, not when he's an incompetent idiot after all this. Okay. He can't even open a door anymore.
Okay. So as you forcefully take money away from Paul, and seemingly threaten France that if they don't, you're not going to be happy with it. But they will. They'll give you the money back. I do have to ask, at some point, this stressful job is probably going to take a toll, and you will have to figure out who your heir is. You said it's going to be the oldest princess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as she's showing, signs that she's ready. I'll do it until she's ready, and if she doesn't show that she can do it, then it would be the younger princess to take over that. I would say that they would need to be you know, probably married to
Mm.
be in that, have the proper financial agreements and whatnot.
Now, the oldest princess, so I don't have the name for her, but we'll say the oldest princess, she did put down on a interview who her favorite political figure was, Paul. Now, is that okay?
I would probably question her, but
But
I mean, granted, she probably has known Paul her entire life
yeah,
at this point. Let's say Paul
like
was
you,
an original cabinet member. He was there from the beginning. Paul's a longtime friend, very close.
with you.
Seen the princess grow up, things like that. So
Oh,
it's understandable that she would find a liking to him, kind of thing.
mm.
So
But the same as how you have been there since the beginning with Paul. He's a close personal friend.
yeah,
It's
that's
it's
why
the same
I
for
let
you.
him go
Yeah,
reasonably and made it
with 2 million.
simple and black. Yeah, with 2 million, that's a lot of money still.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you are going to announce that your eldest daughter, princess, is the new king, or I guess queen of Amazing Island, right?
I would say she's in no, because I'm gonna rule till I die, kind of thing, and then
Oh
there
yeah,
will be
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
ceremony and things like that. But
yeah.
she, I would say it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't want to make it a competition between them, but I would say it's kind of open for both of them to show that they will start making more of those decisions. They'll be out in the
Mm.
community more, so we'll see who starts to get more of those approval ratings and gets more of that the people behind them and can make those decisions at a higher level.
I will say that a lot of times the guests on this show usually announce an heir and then they go away or they retire and they live their life in retirement happy. But since you said that you are going to rule until you pass, just to let you know, when you pass, of course, Paul will be there at your funeral and he will insist on giving a eulogy and he will call you.
Unless Paul's already passed, unless I outlive him. I hope I outlive Paul
He's
because
very
he,
healthy.
dang it.
Yeah, but he will call you King Ray a lot. Um, well,
He's getting older too.
it's fine. You're fine with that.
we're just gonna, we're just gonna, we're just gonna let that one go. Everyone's gonna
Yeah,
kind of laugh it off and like, that's
classic
just Paul.
Paul. Yeah.
That's just Paul. The people will know, yeah, Paul, he's a little off.
Yeah, Paul is actually going to be named the heir after the next heir.
Oh gosh.
Yes, that is your journey through Amazing Island and being the king of your own country. Do you regret bringing Paul along? Do you regret some of your choices?
No, I think Paul was a instrumental piece for a long time until he wasn't. And the princesses will know how to handle Paul.
Yeah, you.
And the media and the PR teams will know how to handle what Paul says.
I imagine the princesses dealt with many a night that their father, King Jay, ranted about Paul's incompetence slash
Yeah,
brilliance. Yeah, that
yeah.
works.
So they'll
So,
know. We'll dedicate a roller coaster to him in the park or something. I don't know.
oh, one that is a bit dodgy. We
Yeah.
usually for the Tarrant Training podcast, Jay, I usually end it. I usually have an outro where I ask the guest, King Jay, in this instance, your final words. What would your final words be? Maybe of
Like
advice or warning to the people.
like on my deathbed.
I guess it is, yeah.
Okay.
Or the final words to the people.
Final words to the people. Um, work hard and be nice to people. Keep
Or else that's a warning, is it?
Yeah, it's like a warning and
Oh,
it's like a double-edged like warning and like motivation. Like work hard, be nice to people, and just keep the spirit of Amazing Island alive and well. Your new queen will be fantastic. She is fantastic. You've seen her grow since she was a small child
yeah,
into your queen. She is more than ready. She has my full confidence. So just really giving that confidence kind of
yeah,
thing. You've seen her rule um, mostly for the last 10 years now,
yeah. You were doing
making
listeners.
majority of the decisions. She has a full cabinet of her own choosing now, and she fully is in control. Her economy's never been better. She's young, she's bright, she's smart, she's driven. The prince and the princess of hers are getting well trained, well educated as
This is
well,
a
with
successful
big
line.
ideas as well. So the line is strong. The line is continuing, and so Amazing Island is in good hands for generations to come.
When you mentioned the spirit of Amazing Island, were you talking about yourself when you pass away? Are you going to haunt the island?
I wouldn't say I'll haunt the island, but I'll be around.
Right, yeah. So you will be watching people.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. That's the end of the Tyrant and Draining podcast version of Young Dad Podcast, I guess.
I love it, and that was a journey, Kevin. That was awesome.
That was a beautiful journey through.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Approval ratings.
Yeah, but I never got below 80%, which is impressive.
No, people do. That does actually happen.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I liked how you managed. You came up with I like how you were always I suppose what's the word? You were always mindful of people's perceptions, whether it was through ruining reputations with the people, that way they couldn't get you, or for some reason assuming that people would want to kill you, so you have to be very safety conscious, or dealing with that scandal and then creating a photo op for yourself.
Yeah, you gotta do the things to appease the people. People are simple-minded creatures
that you need to stay away from.
Yeah, we really are simple-minded. We're very easily pleased. We see an image, it can be spun a certain way. As long as it's spun the right way, it's amazing. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being a part of the Young Dad /Times, the mix and mash with the Tyrants and Training podcast today. Kevin, it's been super fun. It's been enjoyable, to say the least. It was a lot of fun being the ruler of Amazing Island, and the king. But I will only be referred to as king. I will not be referred to as KJ.
No.
And with that, make sure you go and like and follow and subscribe and do all the things for both the Tyrants and Trading podcast, which is available everywhere you get your podcast. And also at the same time, if you liked our little collab here, let me know in the comments, in the Q&As, and in the comments on whatever platform you're listening to, who we should do this kind of thing with again in the future. I would love ideas, love suggestions on what we're supposed to do. And of course, make sure you show the love for the podcast by leaving reviews, leaving 5 stars, liking, subscribing, doing all the things on whatever platform you're listening on. And I guess we'll both see you next time on either the Young Dad podcast or the Tyrants and Training podcast.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you very much for chatting with me, Jay. And thanks for everyone who's watching and listening.